If I said 3/5, what's 3/5? 0.6, and finally 4/5. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. All right. Now, let's talk about one that's a little bit harder. What is 1/8? Most people do not know what that is. Anybody know what that is? 0.125. Everybody write that one down. At the end of the 2 weeks, you're going to be expected to know 1/8 is 0.125. We're going to say it over and over and over. All right. Now, can anybody take 250 and divide it by 2? What's 250 divided by 2? That's how I got that. Look up on the board. Because 1/8 is equal to 1/4. And if I take half of that, 1/4 divided by 2, right? Am I maybe making sense on that? 1/4 is 0.25. If I divide that by 2, that's how I came up with 0.125. All right. So that's how when I was trying to figure all this stuff out, I hated doing division. So I learned the patterns that would help me write down the fractions. That's why when someone asks you like, what is 1/11th? And I can say 0.09 repeating, people are like, how do you know that? Right? Because I know all the what? I know all the patterns and I want to show you the patterns. So when you do the work tonight, it's easier. Is everybody with me on that? All right. I don't want to do all the division. All right. But what is 3/8? I want everybody to write down 3/8. 3/8 is 0.375. I want everybody to know 5/8. 5/8 is 0.625. And then finally, I want everybody to know 7/8 is 0.875. So those are the decimals and fractions that will help you finish tonight's homework a little bit more quickly. All right. Anybody have any issues? Now, let's say, man, he said 7/8 was 0.875, but I forgot. A fraction is nothing more than a what? Division problem. So I'm going to show you how to, I knew it was 0.875. I take 8, right? And we're just going to do the division real quick, just to make sure you can divide decimals. So everybody agree I put a decimal and then add 0, right? How many times is 8 going to 70? 8 times. 8 times 8 is 64. Subtract, bring down the 0. 8 goes into 60. How many times? 7 times. 8 times 7 is 56. Subtract, I get 4. Bring down a what? 8 goes into 40. Is everybody happy with that? 0.875. Right? I don't want you to do that. I'd like for you to just say, well, I know 7/8 is 0.875.
I'm confused how like you use it like off the top of your head.
Well, because here's why. I know that 1/8 is 0.125. Ready? I knew that how did I get 0.125?
Yeah.
Because it's half of 1/4. I take 250 and I divide it by 2. That's that. It's 0.250 divided by 2. You with me?
No, I didn't do it.
Because I knew that 1/4 was equal to 0.25. And I can add a 0 here. So 1/8, if I take 1/4 and multiply it by 1/2, I get 1/8, right? So I just take half of this. That's how I knew it was that. Ugh. Yes, of course, I have a pencil for you. All right, is everybody happy with that? All right, kind of makes sense. All right. So I want you to know all those like I know them. All right, 1/8, 1/4, 3/8, 5/8, 7/8. All right, now something else that's going to really help you is, does anybody remember what 1/9 is?
2/5.
No. Okay, so we forgot. So we're just gonna, you just watch me. You don't have to do it. Come on now, but you got to be paying attention. Come on, you got to be paying attention. How many times does 9 go into 10? How many left over? Bring down a what? 9 goes into 10. So now it's what? 0.1 repeating. As soon as my math teacher showed me that, I said, well, then I know what 2/9 is. Guess what 2/9 is? 0.2 repeating. Guess what 3/9 is? 0.3 repeating. Now 3/9 is also the same as 1/3, right? Do you remember how to reduce that fraction? 3/9 reduces to 1/3, correct? Right, now something really cool. Watch this. Who's paying attention? What if I said, what do you think if I said 51/99? What do you think that is? You're amazing. Thank you for that. 51 repeating. What if I said 128/999? Yeah, people think I'm crazy. I'm like, no, I'm not crazy. It's just I know the patterns. So I agree with that. All right, so now let me see who's thinking. Everybody's put your eyes up. Somebody tell me what 7/11 is as a decimal. Tell them.
Seven repeated. I don't know.
How did I know that was 0.63 repeating? How did I know that? Nope. How do I know that? Come on, someone. Look up there on the board. How did I know 7/11 is 0.63 repeated?
Did you?
Say it.
No, because I got it wrong.
What?
Because 63%.
Nope, nope. Good thinking though. What is 63 divided by 99? What's that as a decimal? So how did I know that was 0.63 repeated? Tell them. Right. Yeah, I just multiplied this by 9, multiplied this by 9. Isn't that pretty cool? All right, so let's get a little wild and crazy. Let's say I said 8/11. Who's got that now? 8/11. Tell them. Wow. That's exactly right. So people look at you like you're crazy because you know 8/11 is 0.72 repeating. And it really isn't what? It really isn't that difficult if you know the pattern. So bear with me on that. Wow, look at you. Exactly. Multiply by 9, multiply by 9. That's 72/99. 72/99 is 0.72 repeated. Basically. All right, so we're good. Now let's go back since those are the fractions that I really would like for you to know. All right. Now let's come up here now. So you don't have to do the division if you know the answer. So what's 3/5 as a decimal? Everybody in here should know 3/5 is decimal. If you're not, you're way, way, way behind. What's 3/5 as a decimal? 0.6. Everybody's going to put down 0.6. Now, I'm jumping on to number 2. I have no idea well, I know what 5/16 is, but most people do not. All right, so we're going to do the division now. Everybody's going to help me put the division on your paper. 16 goes outside the house. 5 goes inside the house, and then you do a decimal. Okay, how many times? Somebody tell me how many times does 16 go into 50? 3 times. I was happy with that. So don't forget your decimal. 3. What's 3 times 10? 3 times 6. 30 plus 18. 48. When I subtract, what do I get? Bring down a what? 16 goes into 20. How many times? Nice. How many left over? Bring down a what? How many times does 16 go into 40? What? How many times does 16 go into 40? Twice. 16 times 2. 2 times 10. 2 times 6. 20 plus 6, or 20 plus 12. 32. Subtract, what do I get? Bring down a. All right, 16 goes into 80, and we are done. All right, 3125. 3125. Anybody have any questions with that? Everybody happy with that, right? All right, let's check out number 3. Come on, people. Everybody should be able to tell me about negative 3/20. Why would I do that?
I thought algebra was supposed to be done.
I never said that. If it's 11, you can do that. But 16 is not 11, so we can't multiply by 9. 45 over 144. We don't know what that is. All right. Okay, back to 3/20. Come on, guys. What do we got for 3/20? Everybody should know this one. Tell them. You are amazing. Don't forget the negative, 0.15. Right now, how did we know it was 0.15? Because we multiplied by what? 5, because that would make it 15 over 100. And everybody knows 15 over 100 is 0.15. We just can't forget the negative. Very nice work. Thank you. Anybody have any problems so far? All right, let's continue on. Number 4, we did 5/8 already. So look on your notes. 5/8 is what? 0.625. Everybody say it. 5/8, 0.625. I want you to have that memorized. All right, that'd be good if you knew the eighths. All right, it's good to know the fourths and the halves. All right, and the eighths. Here we go. Number 5. 2/3. Everybody should know 2/3 because it's how many ninths?
3.
What? How many? 0.6 repeating. You are brilliant. 0.6 repeating because we multiplied the top and bottom by what? And that made 6/9, and 6/9 is 0.6 repeating.
Would you do 3 times 3 because 3 times 3 equals 9? And
What do we?
why did you multiply it by 3?
Because I knew how to do ninths. I knew that if I got a number over 9, it's just a repeated decimal. Do you understand that? All right, tell me. And don't forget the what? Thank you, Smarty Pants. Correcting me. You know how I like to be corrected. Negative 0.6 repeating. Very, very good. All right, hopefully you're getting the hang of this. Let's knock out number 6. Oh, this is embarrassingly easy now. Of course, everybody's going to say what here? Tell us, go. No, no, no. It's already over 9. Look at your notes. Anything over 9. A repeated decimal. What is being repeated here? Yes. And don't forget the negative. 0.7 repeating. Is everybody happy with that? Everybody's good? All right, sorry. It's not the most exciting topic, but it's super duper important. All right, now I'm going to help you with your ERBs. We're checking out number 8. You're supposed to know, is 0.89 greater than 11/13, or it's less than, or it's equal to? Now, I don't really know what 11 divided by 13 is. Do we agree? Yeah. Now, I'm going to go ahead and write down on my paper 13 this way. I'm going to put 11 here. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to put a decimal and a 0. Now, without guessing, what number should I multiply 13 by? I promise it will work. How do I know for certain what number I'm going to multiply by? Tell me. No, definitely not. Tell them. Yes. Not sure? Yeah. Everybody should be able to look up there and say, obviously, you're going to multiply by 8. Now, everybody put your eyes up on the board. Tell me, how did I know it was 8 without doing any work? Nope, because of this right here, kiddo. Watch me. I'm trying to help you be better at test taking. See how we're comparing it to what fraction or to what decimal? 0.8, right? So it's not going to be any good if it's not close to that number. Do we agree? Hey, is everybody understanding me? So I'm going to try what? 11 or 13 times what first? 8, because this is an 8. Is everybody good with that? So what's 10 times 8? 3 times 8. 80 plus 24. 104. So I was correct. So I'm going to put an 8 here and bring down 104. And when I subtract, what is that going to be? Does everybody agree it's 6? Bring down a 0. Now I'm looking at the 9. Does 13 go into 60 more than 9 or less than 9? Does everybody agree, right? It's going to be some number less than 9. Do we agree with that? So now I'm checking 0.89 compared to 11/13. What is it? What sign goes there, please? What sign is in between here? Less than, right? Less than. It has to be less than. Does everybody agree? It's not, it's got to be less than 9 here, correct? Is that making sense, guys? All right, come on. This is where I'm trying to help you with your ERBs, getting better. All right, let's check out number 9. Uh-oh. So we've done this enough already. Everybody should be able to look at negative 2/3 and tell me that's what decimal? Negative 6 what? Negative 0.6 what? Repeating. That's correct. And what's negative 3/5? Negative 0.6. Now listen, some of you guys remember your work from last year. I'm okay with that. Some of you are cross multiplying, stuff like that. But again, I really want you to know this. All right. So now my question is 0.6 repeating compared to 0.6. And don't forget they're negative. What are you thinking, Milo? Is now most of the time it would be greater, except they're what? You with me? They're negative, right? Now keep in mind also the 0.6 repeating is 0.66. Do you agree? And this over here is 60. Do we agree? So would you rather owe 66 or would you rather owe 60? You with me on this, right? So that's how I know that negative 66 is less than that. So this is a less than right there. Everybody okay with that? Everybody's good? All right, come on now. Let's practice. Yeah, but we have to be careful with the negatives though. All right, so you got to be real careful with that. We'll talk about cross multiplying at some other point. Okay, number 10, there's no work done on number 10. Everybody should look at that and automatically say negative 0.21 is what compared to 1/5? Tell them why. It's automatically negative. This is what we're talking about when you're talking about ERBs. You don't want to just be trying to do the work. You want to be thinking about the work. One's negative, one's positive, so the positive must be greater than the negative. All right, eyes up, please. Come on. Anybody have any questions with 10? Anybody have any questions with 10? Right? The negative is always less than the positive. All right, let's knock out 11 for me. All right, 5. Oh, come on now, guys. Let's use our brain. 5/9 is what decimal? Come on, come on. 5/9 is what decimal, Gabby? You're amazing. Thank you for listening. 0.5 repeating. All right, now who was paying attention? 6/11. 6/11 is what decimal? Miss Elliott. You are amazing, girl. 0.54 repeating. I like it a lot. Gage, you good with that? Because I multiplied by 9. Does everybody remember what we talked about, right? Now, is 0.5 repeating bigger or smaller than 0.54 repeating?
You're eating the one.
What? I'm eating the one on the right. What are you talking about? No, we're not doing alligators anymore. You're too big for alligators and eating and all this kind of stuff. What are you, crazy? You're not allowed to say 0.5 is eating bigger because it's what? No. Oh my goodness. Someone please tell me an answer. 0.5 repeating compared to 0.54. Everybody thinks that 54 repeating is bigger, but in fact, it's what? 0.5 repeating is what? Greater. What are you talking about, those you guys who thought it was less than? because 0.5 repeating has the numbers 0.55, and this over here is 5.4. Oh, now you learned something. 55 is greater than 54 today, so therefore it is greater than. That's a good problem for the test. Good problem for the test. All right, because everybody makes a mistake, right, Mr. Compton?
Get that 5 on the right.
What? Where did I get the 5?
It's 0.5 repeating.
5/9 is 0.5 repeating. Are you okay with this or not? Oh, welcome. Thanks for waking up today. All right, here we go. Let's knock out number 12. Now, on number 12, every time I see a fraction, I just reduce it. Come on, people. Let's see if you remember how to reduce a fraction. -9/15 will save you some time if you reduce it. What does -9/15 reduce to? Tell them. You are amazing, girl. -3/5. For those of you guys who didn't sleep through math last year, you knew it was -3/5. So -3/5 is what decimal? Thank you, but don't forget the what? Don't forget the what? Negative. So it's -0.6 compared to -0.61. So what are we saying now, guys? Greater than. That is correct. So I always used to put this was a -60 and the other one was -61. Does that make sense now, guys? Everybody's okay with that? All right, I'm pretty happy with that explanation. Let's knock out 13 now. 13 is really easy. 3/4 is what decimal? 0.75. 7/9 is what? 0.7 repeating. Uh-oh. So 3/4 compared to 0.7 repeating is what? Less than or greater than? Okay, so what number goes here, peeps? 7. Now you should be able to tell me, correct? So what is it? 0.75 compared to 0.77. What is it? Which one? You're bad, right? Definitely wasn't mine. All right, here we go. Put a what? 0.75. Do we agree 0.75 is less than 0.77? But most people, right? You have to remember that 0.7 repeating. I always like to say I want the same number of decimals. So I write down 0.75, and then instead of writing 0.7 repeating, I just put down 0.77. Then it's easier for me to make the comparisons. Everybody with me on that? These are tough ERB questions, guys. All right, that's why I'm taking a little bit of extra time. Everybody's happy with that, correct? All right, now what I want to do is go down the page a little bit. All right, everybody can cross out 28 and 29 because those are what? And we're going to have a test on what? We're going to have a test on word problems. So we don't have to do that or this one at the moment. All right, so everybody put at the top of your paper here. I'm going to cut you some slack, so I want everybody's attention. So we're going to do problems 16 through 24. 16 through 24, comma, and then 30 through 33. 30 through 33, comma, and then 41 and 42. So I gave you a break. Is everybody with me? And I need you to do the division. All right. You got it. You can't come in tomorrow and say, well, I knew all the division, because you don't. All right. I want you to do the division if you can't look at the fraction properly. Is everybody with me on this? All right. So here's your homework: 16 through 24, 30 through 33. That's not that much, guys. If you get to work, you might be okay with getting it done, but you got some division to do, which is kind of annoying. All right, please get to work, get to work, get to work. All right. Yes.
Yeah.
We're having trouble. All right, let me stop this real quick. And